So today, guys, is a brand new week, and I believe and I hope that the week ahead of us would be a profitable one. But before that, before showing you and sharing to you guys what I see on the chart, I want to take you guys on my daily activities of the day, my daily routines, and what I do every day when I wake up, and just basically a vlog. So sit back, enjoy, watch, and stay. So I try to do some meditation and talk to my God. That's very important, guys. And I also told you guys about creating a routine. I just try to work out, stay fit. Maintaining a routine can help you. When you are able to stick to it, you can actually see more progress, and also that would also help you in your journey in becoming profitable. So just resting, and let's get to the chat. Trying to set up things. So yeah. So now on the chart, we are actually going to be looking at what I see in price and what I am anticipating so that I can get a trade, right? Now, but before that, I want you guys to also know that in as much I might be showing you what I look out for on GBP USD as the case implies here, I would also want you guys to have an understanding that these are only broad patterns I can be able to tell you or simplify for you. What works and price, what over and over again is the footprint of price, is what you need to understand first of all. The refinements and the tweaks comes with you being able to know that this is what works and fine-tuning it to your own belief, to what suits you, and actually what can keep you constantly in the game, consistently profitable. I might only show you the broad patterns, I might only show you or explain to you what I am seeing in price. What are the major foundations that holds price, that can give you an edge, but making you stay consistent rather, making you stay consistent comes from you fine-tuning and refining what you have seen, what you have known, and that is what I am here to do and what I would be doing down the line. So now this is GBP USD. I might be drawing out of some zones that I want to see price react off of. I may not necessarily explain what they are or why I am drawing that or why I'm highlighting that, the reasons why I do that. I would explain it down the line, but I want to give you guys more illustration of what I have explained before in the prior video, where I explained to you that price moves from range to range, and understanding the range where you are and where price might likely draw to and reach out for, and where it would actually head back to continue the trend, is what I would be showing you more illustrations here on. So now we can see that GBP USD. So let me remove this for those that might not understand. I would draw it back again. So we can see that GBP USD is very much bullish. We don't need to go far beyond this whole zone. You don't need to go so far for you to know that price is bullish. Now we see that price has been making higher highs and higher lows, right? Higher highs and higher lows. So those are the low. This is the low. And this is low. So now on the daily, we can see that price is within this range. Price is within this range. So we see price is within this range, right? So but I like to make my analysis from top down. So let me go down to the weekly and see what I'm saying. So I can actually say that price has been bullish, right? Very much bullish, and I'm seeing a rejection off of this fair value gap. Seeing a rejection off of this fair value gap. So just like I stated before, I'm gonna explain to you what I mean by a rejection, what I mean by fair value gap, and the zones I would want to highlight here. So because this is me just taking you on my top-down analysis. So what those will be explained down the line, where to look out for the zones that are of interest to highlight, so that you have better edge or better understanding to where to place a trade. So I'm saying on the weekly that we have a strong rejection of price, and price closed pretty more low. So and let me mark out a zone. So this is the place where I want to see price reach out for or reject off from and continue bullish, right? Now on a 4-hour time frame. So the lower time frame gives us a zoom out of what price is doing. I'm just trying to refine the zoom, right? A zoom out of what price is doing and where to particularly enter the trade. You might basically understand the trend. You might basically understand the structure of the market, but the lower time frame helps you to be able to make the right entries, right? It might not exactly be perfect because that is the reason of your stop loss and take profits. It might not be exactly perfect, but it helps you to manage your risks better and fine tune or refine your zones to be able to have less stop loss, right? So I'm actually saying that price has broken this significant low here highlighted here, and now I'm actually expecting price to print bearish for the time being. So I'm refining the zones here. So now looking at the 4-hour time frame, you can see that price is bullish, right? Bearish rather. So price is bearish. So and in the particular range where we are on a 4-hour time frame, because it has broken lows, it has broken this low, right? It has broken this low. So this is just to explain, give you more insight of how I see price, how I view price, where price is reaching out for, the range of price, the market structure of price. This is a key foundation to what you need to step into, right, to be able to understand the forex trading space. So I'm saying that price has broken this lows and it came off of this zone, and I understand why it did that and rejected of that zone, very much bearish, and actually closed below the previous lows here, which was highlighted, giving us that price wants to become bearish. Now this has helped us to understand where price is at, right? It has helped us to it has given us an insight to what price is likely going to do. Now what I anticipate price to do in the coming week, or as the week goes by rather, what I expect price to do is to give me something like this. So now some people might ask me, and let me quickly highlight the range of the 4-hour time frame, right? Now some people might ask me that when this price breaks this particular range, why are we not giving ourselves the narrative that price is going to continue bearish? Now you are right that when price breaks this low, it has changed the whole narrative and it becomes bearish, or it's staying bearish or deciding to stay bearish. But one thing you should also understand, that the higher time frame helps you to get a bigger picture of what price will likely do in the nearest future. So it helps you to be able to tell yourself a story from the higher time frame, and not forget that price heading to a zone, price heading to a price or a range rather, doesn't necessarily mean that price has continued to change direction. Now on the weekly time frame, you've already understood that I am looking out of the zones where I see price reject off. Now I would explain down the line why I pick out my zones and things I look out for before I can actually draw out my zone. Now when we break this particular structure down, we want to see price continue go down, right? Continue breaking lows, because why not? When price begins to print out a bearish intent, we want to see price continue creating a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. But now when you look at on a lower time frame, you might actually say that price has broken up this particular structure, right? Continuing bearish. But now when you get down to a higher time frame, the daily, the weekly, or monthly, you might just see that price gave us a weak rejection off of the zone, right? And now showing us a bullish intent. Now this has actually given you a confirmatory belief, or a confirmatory note or notation that price wants to still continue bullish. So the breakout of this zone might just be a fake breakout that engineers people that have no understanding of the market structure to continue selling when price is actually bullish. Now a breakout of this particular zone might not indicate to me that price has actually changed character. Now you can actually see how I have been able to simplify where price is, where price might likely draw to. I might not explain to you here the zone, the reason why I pick out of some zones, but this is to give you more illustration on how price likely would print out based off of the footprint it has shown to me. And this comes from understanding the higher time frame narratives, understanding the order flow, the internal structure and the external structure of price. Internal structure are rooted in the lower time frames, right? But the external structure comes from understanding the bigger view of what the higher time frames are doing. And those are what will help you to understand structure, to understand what price is doing, to understand price action as a whole. And that is exactly it. So now this is what I see in the market. This is what I see for the week. And we'll just want to see how it plays out. So if you're basically a scalper or an intraday trader and you have other confluences, so you can anticipate price to continue selling off to this zone, at least off to this zone. So now you are now exiting. This has now made you to know where you can exit, where you can create your exit plan, and where you can make your entries at, right? So now with this understanding, I hope you've been able to understand what I mean that price moves from range to range, and understanding where price is at, where price will likely draw to, helps you to stay in the lane of the game, to give you an edge, to give you profitability, right, in the market. Staying consistent has nothing to do with me. Staying consistent comes from you fine-tuning what you have understood, fine-tuning and refining the broad patterns of what you have come across, or the informations you have come across. And with this, you'll be able to scale through to become consistently profitable. So this is what I look at for the week, and I'll see you on another video. Stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and turn on your post notification bell to be notified anytime I drop a new video. See you on the next video. Thank you.